Hey everybody, welcome to the Hamakua Homestead. My name is Tiffany, and on this channel I'm taking you along for all of the adventures here on the ranch. Today we are pressure canning. Yay! Yay! Love pressure canning, it's so fun. We are going to go ahead and replenish my sweetheart's shelf of beans. He really enjoys the canned beans and the convenience of it and how delicious it is. So we are going to go ahead and do pinto beans with pork and chili peppers. Quick soak. Well, this is First thing we're gonna do, quick soak method. Basically, you just take your beans, put them in a pot full of water, a lot of water because they absorb the water, and bring it to a full rolling boil for 2 minutes, and then turn the heat off and walk away for an entire hour while it sits in its own warmed up, awesome boiling water. So first thing, beans. Second thing is cut up the meat. So today we are going to go ahead and put our beans into pint-sized jars. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with some pork and some chilies, the jalapenos that I sliced up. The beans still need to soak for 18 minutes. So I'm just going to get started on these guys and wait for the beans. Go ahead and start putting pork into our jars. I do not know if I'm going to need to cut up more pork, but I do have another one just in case. Okay, so that looks good. We have a dozen jars here. I can't fit double this in my canner. I'll just leave it at this and leave the other piece of pork for something else. So next thing, I'm going to go ahead and divvy up our canned chili, diced green chilies. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon in each jar. I'm not draining out the liquid from them either, just because that sounds like it tastes amazing. That's why. Oh, that's perfect. Yay. I didn't even need to open the other one. Okay. I'll just leave this other can and put that in the refrigerator. I think that this will be good because we still have these jalapenos to put in. Just divvy them up all the way around. Just like with every kind of jalapeno, you really never know which one from the store is going to be spicy or which ones are not going to be spicy. That was a lot of jalapenos. So now that we have our pork and our chilies and our jalapenos in our jar, it is time to go ahead and fill the remainder of the jar with our beans. Now, keep in mind that this is a quick soak method. Quick soak method for canning beans is not an approved method. So if you're not comfortable with it, do your research, don't do it. But I have done this in the past and I really like it. And more importantly, my sweetheart loves it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill the rest of this up with our beans. I don't think we're going to run out. So going for 1 inch headspace. And then I'm gonna fill the rest up with water or broth. I haven't decided yet. Probably water, because I don't wanna cover up the flavor of the pork. So that was a little over half a cup of beans. I filled up all 12 of our jars with our beans, and I have some left over, so I'm going to just can the beans by themselves, just like that. Perfect. Now that our jars are all filled up, I'm going to turn the heat onto the canner. I've got about 3 inches of water in there already. The next step is to go ahead and get our jars cleaned up. I'm going to take a paper towel with vinegar on it and go all the way around the rim. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then we put our rings and our lids on like that. No. No. No, no, no. Next step, we gotta fill them up with water. Debubbler. So I want to go around and get all the air bubbles out from underneath and in between and all over the place. Double check that they're still at 1 inch of headspace. Sometimes when you debubble, it can go down a little bit, but we're good on these guys. Okay, so our canner is full. I'm gonna go ahead and get our lid put on. So that's it for now. We're gonna let this come up to heat, and we're gonna process this at 15 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes. Time's up, and so we're gonna just let it cool down naturally, and I'll let you know how the jars turn out. Let's open it up and see what we got. I'm gonna leave that vented for a minute or two. They're still boiling. This is what our beans are looking like. They look like they're gonna seal pretty alright. They're still boiling, but I don't know. All of our jars are still boiling, which is generally a good sign in my experience. It's not a rule for sure. They have a higher percentage of sealing, so that's good. All 13 of our jars are boiling. They look good. I might have put a little bit too many beans in here, We'll find out when we actually open the jars. They look a little bit jam-packed, but that's not going to affect the safety of the situation or anything. So we'll see. They all look good. Thank you for joining me today on the Hamakua Homestead. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again very soon.